Hello there. There are two parental issues that can affect children as they grow. First is the way parents behave to their spouses within their marriage, within their home, and with respect to their agreement on child rearing. And the second thing is that every parent has a baggage from their inner child, and this impacts on how they raise their own children. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayo Jackson. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. And if you are just seeing this video for the first time, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's make the world a better place. So today, in this video, we'll be talking about parents need to be able to balance their needs and that of their children. And it is no secret that parents want to feel fulfilled in life. We all want to enjoy our lives, and a parent's life needs to be balanced in many ways, such as putting the needs of their children in their marriage, their spirituality, and all those things, their finances, putting them in balance, putting them in check, putting them in where they should be. So, parenting that focuses on the child instead of parenting that focuses on the parent is what we want to talk about today. The best parents can find a good balance between putting their own needs first and putting their child's needs first. If you are the kind of parent who always puts yourself first, well, you might think that having a child won't change things. Believe you me, having a child is going to change a lot of things, because that means you want to be the best possible person that you are. And having a child will change the way your life goes in a very big way, because parenting is by definition a big responsibility that changes the way you spend your time, the way you spend your income. Parents who don't think their children will change the way they live their life often do more harm than good. And if we look at it very well, these parents actually tend to ignore their children's needs, and they ignore their own parenting skills acquisition along the way. So, for the first few years of our children's life, being a parent is like being a servant. Yes, you won't be able to get away from it in any way, especially for mothers. Parents who are mostly concerned with their own needs often give away so much of their parenting to others that they miss out on a lot of their children's developmental milestones. Like maybe they drop them off into the nannies, with their grandparents. They pass on their responsibilities as parents to others, to babysitters, and then they will realize that baby is beginning to like these people more than them. And when the parents realize that they can't keep a child quiet or meet all of the child's needs as well as they used to, they tend to kind of pull away, and this creates a gap. It creates a distance between the parents and the child. And when something like this happens, the baby's bond with their parents starts to weaken, and the bond with whoever they're connecting to more automatically gets stronger, right? And this is a very sad situation, since a child can't live without his or her parents, and the impact. And spending quality time with a child is a parent can show that, they care about that child. It doesn't have to be long hours, but quality time. But you shouldn't let your child take up so much of your time at the same time, such that you stop taking care of your own mental, spiritual, or physical needs, if you know what I mean. So God wants you to feel like you are one with your partner. That's why He put you in your marriage, so that you can enjoy the happiness and security that comes with, a healthy marriage. But unfortunately, a lot of marriages are not healthy, and children need to know what it's like for them to understand the importance of parents having time to themselves. When a child's needs are met, they are better actually able to know how to appreciate parents by understanding that their parents have needs too, and they would give you that time to be alone. Child-centered parents may also spoil their children by not actually giving them the right kind of teaching discipline that the child needs, not expecting them to take on the right responsibilities given to them, and they give them so much as attention instead of giving them the teachings, the skills, instead of helping these children. What does this have to do with the early years of our children, especially, like I like to say, from age 1 to 10?
You don't want to go too far in either direction.
When deciding whether to put the needs of your child first or your own needs first. But the truth is that children need their parents' care and attention, right? More than any other time in their lives. And in later years, maybe when the child is in teenage school, is in college as a teenager, we get to now begin to make this child spend more time away from home, or life makes it happen that way. And you can imagine, if you have not balanced the things that you need to balance when these children were younger, you're going to have a problem. How can we maintain a healthy lifestyle as parents? Number one, ensure that your children's needs are satisfied to the very best of your ability, to the very best of yours, because you'll begin to feel guilty if you feel like you're sacrificing your children for your own joy or fulfillment. And when you satisfy someone else's requirements first, usually they will become more amenable to letting you fulfill your own requirements, if you really know what I mean. This is one of the reasons why I see a lot of parents who are devoted to world changer parenting, make a shift in their lifestyle, because they want to accommodate keeping the things that are important to them as important as they are. And we don't just want to enroll our children in a lot of activities, gymnastics activities, music classes, swimming classes. Not that these things are not good, they're actually good, but sometimes we're using it as a cover-up for the time we're not able to spend with our children. And it is my hope that the early years of our children's education will be spent in an atmosphere that is both enjoyable and free for them, and from stress too. So at the moment, the kind of activities that we engage in with our children, how are they helping us to bond with them? Can you really answer that question? How are they helping you to connect better with them? Because what we keep on doing is trying to correct our children, and we do less of connecting with them. And that's where the danger is. We must learn to begin to connect with them. And in terms of learning some of the things we want our children to learn, especially in the early years, I don't see the pressure in trying to get them professional approach, especially between ages 0 and 4. If you as a parent do the little bit that you can, you'll be able to create that bonding between your child, and it will be a strong foundation for you and your child. So how else can we be able to create a balance? Establishing your day-to-day necessities are for yourself. Add to this your requirements, which provides you with a psychological and emotional energy boost that you will need. Well, you will need to actually realize that you also have needs, right? Because you can't pour from an empty tank. It will start to show in the way you behave with your children. And that's why most of us get cranky, and we are yelling and we are shouting, and our faces are so strong by the time we get home, because we are under stress. You have the responsibility to take care of both your physical, your mental, your spiritual, your every needs, all your well-being, Beginning from the time we wake up in the morning to the time we get our children to shower, to the exercises that we do, to reading our Bible, to getting ready for the day, we are connecting with our children. We are making it a point of contact to, relate with them, so that we can have a successful parent-child relationship. And just before we go to bed at night, we also have a routine of things that we do, such as maybe putting the clothes in the washing machine, picking up the children, preparing their breakfast, then making plans, to-do lists together with them about what will happen the next day, and all of those kind of things. And before you know it, your life seems a bit more organized. But first, you're able to take care of your own self by properly attending to your physical needs, be it eating healthy, be it going through exercises. Then your spiritual needs, because life is spiritual, right? And you can't pour from an empty tank. And the same is true for children. They also have a spiritual side to them, and we need to nurture this, we need to groom it. But if we don't have the capacity as parents, we won't be able to do any of these things. And it's such a privilege to be able to say that at home our children can see us meeting our own personal needs, leaning on the one who is higher than us to help us meet the needs that we cannot by ourselves. And our children will see us as role models and begin to fall in line. You know what I mean? And I strongly think, in addition to that, that every parent must begin to prioritize a lot of these things more than ever before, because a lot of mental health issues are beginning to show up in the life of parents. If you take care of your own needs, you'll be a better parent who is better able, better capable to prioritize their family and other needs. You'll be able to offer your children the most of your time. If you don't meet your own needs, you won't be able to do either. I'm not referring to going to the Bahamas or trying to get on a vacation, although, please, as much as you can, let's do these things. I'm talking about things that are urgent. You must place priorities on things that are important, on things that are urgent, on things that can wait. And parent from a place of peace. You know, sometimes you just need to lie in the bathtub with scented candles and music in the background and just massage or relax. And then another thing is paying attention to our marriage, because our marriage has needs. And when two people in the marriage relationship are doing well, the children will benefit. There will be moments when you just want to go away from all of it, you know, from parenting, from marriage. You want a rest. And you can actually plan towards it. But we can also have such good moments of letting our children go to bed early, and it's just you and your partner having more time to yourselves. But when the children are up until late hours, some of us, we don't have night routines, we don't have family schedules, and it affects everything, every single thing. Prepare a child's favorite dish at night, you know, in a very creative manner. Host a theme night, put together a fun activity or a game. And if the kids are older, showing them a movie, watching the movie together is going to matter in the long run. Your children will learn to look forward to their own date nights. You know, and sometimes you need to actually be able to find a schedule in a way that allows you to do these things. Let's not shortchange ourselves simply because we are parents. You know, we owe it to ourselves to give our children, ourselves, the very best of care. And by the way, make sure you like this video. Let me know if you agree with some of these things that I'm saying. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's just get on with, you know, meeting our children's needs. How can we avoid, you know, getting to that place of being overwhelmed by housework? When your schedule becomes too full, instead of taking away from your family, you know, consider giving up some of these things that we do that take away so much time from our family. Consider giving it away. For some of us that can afford to have like a housekeeper, someone to mow our lawns, you don't have to do some of these things by yourself. Why not give those things out? Those are going to be as a support system for you. Put an end to your pursuit of perfection. What are you trying to achieve? What are the things that will give your life more meaning? Attempt to do those things, and don't just say you need everything perfect, because when you try to be perfect, you're going to take away a lot of opportunities that could bring about meaningful relationship between you and your children. Although keeping a clean house is good, and a beautiful yard can be really satisfying. Striving to do everything perfect is going to take time away. So we need to start asking ourselves, am I able to cut back on any of the responsibilities I'm currently doing so that I can spend more time with my family? Sometimes it's even at work. Allow your children to assist you in some way. When they are able to help another person, children develop a sense of being needed and of having significance in the world while carrying out house chores. But in today's world, I see a lot of parents, children are not carrying out housework, house chores. And even if you have house helps, if you have housekeepers, let your children have portions of schedules. Like, let them have a part in the timetable allotted to them. Let them have a sense of responsibility, because we are not going to groom children who have the sense of helplessness. Let's make time in our schedule for everything, including daily devotions. Let's rejuvenate our spiritual lives and make God a priority. Find yourself a good time to spend time together as a family. Despite the fact that the only thing you require the most is God, sometimes you put him as on the list. Sometimes all you need is a 15 minutes quiet time each morning. Sometimes it could lead to 2 hours or even 15 minutes, whatever. Do something that you enjoy in the morning with God, whether it's praying, singing, worshiping, going on a walk. Just have a part things. You may receive instructions on how you want to go about your day. You may be able to get some inspiration and leave some posts on your refrigerator. Just make it a day-long duty to focus on learning and committing yourself to your family. Sometimes, even in the car, while we're driving, we can listen to some podcasts, some audio tapes, some CDs, some music, some messages, some sermons. And when your children are older, make sure to sit down with them for some quiet Bible reading time every morning. It's very good. May the Lord help us. We ourselves need to cultivate that attitude of having alone time with God. And that's why I'm inviting a lot of parents to join in the Bible reading plan that we have every year. Please, I want to just encourage every one of us out there. Let's begin with a period of reading the Bible and knowing the Word of God for ourselves, because the scriptures remain the bedrock for everything that we should do. I'm not asking us to be perfect people, but we can walk towards perfection. Your children will be able to practice what you teach, not just what they hear from the church or from outside. And that's what brings about a lot of confusion, because there is no root in the home. Children are questioned about their faith outside, and they can't really give concrete answers. And in trying to be social, in trying to, make friends, they get different ideologies that are untrue, and this pollutes them up. And because they are confused, they go with the flow. And we see a lot of children today who don't believe in God, who think of a lot of things, who need to know Jesus. I know that in order for us to be friends with to teach our children to be friends with people, they need to be friendly. But you see, there is an approach where they can actually be friendly and still maintain who they really are and what they know in terms of their spirituality. Because it won't take us long to figure out that our children are no longer Christians, or they are become atheists right under our nose in our homes. It's easy when, one of the things that parents struggle in some, like 20 years ago, is seeing their children no longer wanting to go to the kind of churches that they go to. These days, that's not even the situation. Now, they don't want to go to church. Now, they don't want to mingle in the youth ministry. Now, they want to live a free life where they don't want to take responsibility for who God is for them, because they feel he's trying to control their lives. And that is bullshit. That is a trap that our children are falling into. So you see, the spiritual needs in our home is very, very, very important. Okay? So we are going to move on and talk about how organizing our schedule and locating information that we need is very vital to the physical well-being of our children and meeting those well-being. Sometimes physically, you just need to walk your children to the park. You need to help them ride, their toys, depending on their age. Go running behind a jog stroller. Swim with your children. Talk to your children in the playground. Do aerobatics. Do some dance moves. Yes, we need to do more of these things. Let's focus on our children and on our parenting, because we both need each other to satisfy our needs such that we can now begin to talk about fulfillment. It's not possible to give up one in order to serve the other. The key is to strike a balance. We must be able to strike a good balance. I am grateful that you're connecting with me right now and that you're seeing this video. I'll see you again in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget, there's so much I want to talk about actually, really, but there's a limited time frame. So there's going to be a link in the description box. Please send me an email, go check out our website and have fun. Remember, you're a world changer parent.